What's going on, Gary and Rebecca? Well, who's grilling out there? I am hungry. I didn't eat today. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Northern Kentucky here. What's going on, Kelly Joe? All right, let's see here. Somebody's grilling, I saw. Gary Spike Sr. My husband's garden, lots of greens. Why is everybody always talking about food? Roger Blair, Eric, I got your meme with the kilt. You about killed me, Eric. Yeah, Roger Blair. Let's see. Rebecca, Standing Stones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition. First off, I want to give a shout out to our affiliates down there. Marengo Top, LLC, Blaze Video, Cam Park, Boundary Supply, LLC, Survival Frog. And if you want to check out the affiliates, just make sure, go down in the YouTube comments and check them out. And yeah, Roger, that's right. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hello, Dee, Crosley, and Denise. Welcome to the show. And don't forget, lovely Rita May. Hello there, Rita. So yeah, so welcome to another edition. So Kelly, what we got going on today?
Well, I'm going to talk about superstitions and how the veil is thin on during Halloween.
Halloween, yes.
As you know, it's All Saints Day, and that's when the veil is thin, and people, our loved ones, can come through and say hi.
That is true. So Peter was not able to make it. Rebecca's saying hello, Kelly Joe. And I love Rita. Every time I see that name, I think about the Beatles. But Peter was not able to make the show yesterday. And so he rewatched it. And he was like, Grizzly, I'm telling you, I've seen those pictures off that trail cam. He said, that is a sacred place. And that was an Indian checking out your trail cam. And I was like, Peter, that's interesting. So Peter's feeling a lot better. So, good. Hey, Gene Hudson, welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. So, I just want to let you know, next Tuesday is Halloween. Yay! And we're not going to have any shows on Tuesday. So, I'm just going to give you a heads up. We're going to take the day off. We're going to celebrate it. So, but yes, I do believe you're right that the veil is thin. Am I superstitious or what?
No. It's not superstition, it's real.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And I'm also going to read some superstitions because it is Halloween time. So
okay. Awesome.
So, and I'm wondering if anybody has had any of their loved ones come visit lately. So you can put it all in the comments. I had my mom blow through the other day, and she says, hello, Kelly girl. She used to call me that. So, and then I heard her walking up and down the hall. So,
really?
Yeah. So she's around.
Wow. That's
and she set off my alarm clock again. Because you have to physically, it's an old fashioned Timex square alarm clock that you have to set it, and you have to push the button. It went off at 10 o'clock the other night. I do not have it set at 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's impressive.
So I know that was my mom.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So if I can read this, Halloween may seem like about costumes and candy, but the holiday, which is relatively new to America, it became popular in the 1900s, has its root in pagan beliefs dating back 2,000 years, which translate, Halloween marked the Celtic New Year, and it was called Samhain, which means summer's end in Gaelic. Some traditions, such as carving pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, are based on Irish folklore that have been carried throughout the centuries. while others, such as candy corn, are more modern. Let's see.
Interesting. Now, let me ask you something. Do you have kids in the house?
Huh?
Do you have kids in the house?
I don't have children.
Do you have children that visit you?
Yes, I give candy.
No. Okay. Because did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear kids at in the background? I heard kids in the background. Anybody else hear that?
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
couldn't understand what you meant. Oh,
Yeah.
how funny.
Yeah.
No.
Did anybody, Rebecca, Denise, Standing Stones, Gary, Eric, did anybody else hear the kids in the background while Kelly Joe was reading? Yeah, Eric Thompson heard that too.
Wow, I did not hear that.
Yes. I thought I was going crazy.
I couldn't
was
figure
like,
out why you were asking me if I have kids.
Gene hasn't heard them.
Wow.
Eric heard them. Yes. I was actually hearing kids, and I don't have kids.
I don't
So,
either.
do you have
That's
a TV
weird.
on?
Well, it's way in the other room.
No, it wasn't a TV then. Okay.
No.
All right. I
Well,
just
we
want to
have
make sure. Yeah,
visitation.
Denise says I thought I was hearing things. So
All our
yeah, so that's 4 or 5
All our
people.
people are showing up.
So yeah, that was interesting. I was like, I'm sitting here with my headphones. I'm half deaf, so I got my stuff in my studio turned up.
We'll see. I'm going to read some more superstitions. We'll see if the kids show up again.
See, Gene Hudson said I thought Grizzly was at my daughter's house because at my daughter's house it's noisy.
Yeah.
I'm in my studio, ladies and gentlemen. I got my phone backgrounds and yeah. So that was interesting. Go ahead, Kelly Joe.
Okay, black cats, symbols of bad luck. Black cats grace many Halloween decorations. Their bad reputations dates back to the Dark Ages, and they're accused of witchcraft. And their pets were said to be familiars. And they said that they were given to them by the devil. Another medieval myth told that Satan turned himself into a cat when socializing with witches. But nowadays, black cats are synonymous with bad luck. In Ireland, Scotland, and England, it's considered good luck for a black cat to cross your path.
Interesting.
The art of carving jack-o'-lanterns actually has a roots in a tragic fable. Celtic folklore tells the tale of a drunken farmer named Jack who would trick the devil, but his trickery resulted in him being turned away from both the gates of heaven and hell, and he died. Having no choice but to wander around the darkness of purgatory, Jack made the lantern from the turnip and burning lump of coal, and when the devil tossed him into hell. Jack, the story goes, used his lantern to guide lost souls. As such, the Celts believed placing jack-o'-lanterns outside on Halloween originally made frightening carved faces so they served to scare off evil spirits. And when the Irish potato famine of 1846 forced Irish families to flee to North America, the tradition came with them. Since turnips were hard to come by, they used pumpkins instead. Okay, let's see. Bats. Bats were described as witches' familiars, and seeing a bat on Halloween was considered to be quite an ominous sign. One myth was that if a bat was spotted flying around one house 3 times, it meant death.
Wow.
Boy, these people were very superstitious, weren't they?
Yeah, look at Gene Hudson. Here, the shelters refuse to adopt black cats the month of October. They put daily warnings not to place black cats in homes the month of October because of sacrifice ceremonies. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, you got to watch your black cats.
Wow. That is crazy.
A common source of fear spiders make for creepy, crawly Halloween staples. They join the ranks of bats and black cats folklore of being evil, companions to witches during medieval times. One superstition held that if a spider falls into the candlelit lamp, it's consumed by the flame. Witches are nearby. And if you spot a spider on Halloween, it says it means that the spirit of the deceased loved one is watching over you. Well, that's nice.
Wow.
And a crown is known as wisdom. It's not bad. They believe that cauldrons, after death, souls went into the cauldrons and symbolized the Earth Mother's womb, and their souls awaited reincarnation. And whenever they stirred the cauldron, the new souls were reborn. That's not bad.
No.
These are some I haven't heard of before. The witch's broomstick is another superstition that has its root in medieval myths. The elderly, introverted women were accused of witchcraft, were often poor and could not afford horses, so they navigated through the woods on foot with the help of walking sticks. Therefore, sometimes they substituted brooms. English folklore says during nighttime ceremonies, witches rubbed a flying potion on their bodies, closed their eyes, and felt as though they were flying. It was a hallucinogenic treatment that caused numbness in the heartbeat and confusion. Well, okay.
Wow.
In the olden times, it was believed the world of spirit was thinner during Halloween, and deceased could mingle with the living. Ghosts could disguise themselves in mask and knock on the door during shaman, and if they turned them away empty-handed, you didn't give the spirit something, they would be haunted. Another Celtic myth was dressing up as a ghoul to fool the evil spirits into thinking that you were one of them, so they would not try to take your soul. That's the tradition of trick or treat. The traditional Halloween colors of orange and black actually stem from pagan celebration of autumn, the harvest, with orange symbolizing the colors of the crops and the turning leaves, while black marks the death of summer and the chasing season. Over time, green, purple, and yellow have also been introduced into the color scheme. Mischief night, namely troublesome teenagers. Halloween is also the time of neighborhood pranks, from egging to toilet papering and smashing jack-o'-lanterns. Ancient Celts celebrated Samhain with bonfires, games, and comical pranks. By the 1920s and 30s, however, they became more rowdy. The rising acts of vandalism, they stopped doing that. Now they hand out candy, reinventing the Halloween celebrations. Well, that's better.
It sounds a lot better.
And that's all my things.
So we had a problem. Y'all are going to laugh at this. So when I was on county, I ain't going to mention where in this part of the county, we had a problem at a four-way. And the kids in the four-way would smash pumpkins in this four-way. And every year we always got complaints. So we were told to go down there and apprehend these subjects, these kids.
Yeah.
And bring them in. And I told the officers, I'm like, I know what's going to happen. And I'm like, don't fall for it. Because I didn't get to go. I got on another task we'll call it a task, okay, detail. And I'll be damned, I heard it on the radio. One went down there, did donuts in the four-way on the four-wheeler. And when he did the donuts on the four-wheeler, the cop, my buddy, went after him. And as soon as he went after him, the two other four-wheelers went down there in the four-way and started smashing pumpkins. They got him off his nest. You see what they did? They distracted him. So, yes, he got made fun of for the next 6 years off of that. They never did catch the teenagers that did it.
Wow. Well, what we would do, we would plant a garden. I grew up on a farm. And the kids are cognizant of, farm kids are cognizant of not touching your groceries. You know, your garden, your grocery garden, you don't mess with that because that's people's food.
Yes.
It was like a common knowing. So what we would do is we would either plant pumpkins or zucchini squash or whatever, so that that garden you could smash. So they could go and smash the pumpkins out of the smash garden, we called it. And then, you know, and that was something that they did. Or I hated the older kids. They used to stick cherry bombs in the mailbox and blow up the mailbox.
Oh, yes.
That was
back when I was growing up, a cherry bomb was a quarter stick of a dynamite.
Oh, no. These are round.
Yeah. The little red things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I was growing up, a cherry bomb was a big kaboom.
Yeah, it went boom and mess up the whole mailbox.
Yeah.
You know.
Hello, Lady Wolf. Welcome to the show.
And another thing that was a big deal is to go cow tipping. Or
now, Kelly Joe, let me ask you something.
It's real.
Let me ask you something. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever in your life have been cow tipping? Yes, Standing Stone, that was an M80, you're right. I have been cow tipping, and that is a joke and a half. Because when I ran as fast as I could to knock over that cow, the only thing that got knocked over was me. You can't knock over that cow.
When they're sleeping, standing up, you can just push on them, they fall over.
I couldn't.
Well,
they'd laugh.
That cow wasn't asleep. But when they're asleep, you can just lightly push them and they'll fall over.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
I must have got huckleberried then.
You got huckleberried because when they're sleeping, you can just push them over.
Yeah, that's like when I try to get me to go snipe hunting. I fell for that too.
We used to do that to the kids from Detroit. There ain't no snipe. It's made up.
Snipe hunt with a burlap sack, a wood stick, and a trash can lid.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know, Gene, they had to be sleeping. It was a dare. They're like, come on, let's go cow tipping, Grizzly. I told you I lived out there in the country. Never been tipping, but I heard about it, but never seen it. Yeah. Jim, I'm taking you cow tipping. I'd like to see you try it.
But they have to be asleep.
Well, I didn't know that. What are you supposed to do? Go up and check their eyelids?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
And then another thing that we do that didn't hurt anything, after we bale hay, we would stuff mailboxes with hay.
Yeah. So the big thing, I shouldn't be saying this. The big thing when I was growing up, and I didn't say I partake in this, was mailboxes with baseball bats. What's sniping is you get a burlap sack and a stick and a metal. You remember those old aluminum trash cans?
Yeah, and you bend it. So here's snipe with the gun.
And you do it in the damn dark. And you do it out in the woods or in the field. Hey, Luna, welcome to the show. And they laugh at you while you're trying to catch a snipe.
And there isn't really a snipe.
No, it's a joke. So it's a prank. But yes. But what they did out in the country is they start putting bricks around mailboxes, and some of the farmers put cement in their mailboxes. So when they hit with aluminum bats, they would hurt the kids. Then people started getting sued, and they couldn't do it no more.
Yeah. And the one lady was saying, somebody said something about telling kids to hang on to the electric fence. Well, yeah, you can get poked pretty good and you get stuck to the fence. That
Oh
has
my God,
accidentally
electric fence.
exactly happened to me, but I didn't do it on purpose. I was getting the cattle for milking, and I thought Grandpa turned it off. Well, Grandpa didn't turn off the electric fence, so I had to have a person run and get Grandpa to turn the fence, because you can't get off the fence. You stand there and jump around until the fence is turned off.
So I'll tell you my experience with electric fence. There are several types of electric fences, ladies and gentlemen, that are out there on the market when I was growing up. So I'll explain to you the first type. So Bobby told me to touch the fence to make sure it wasn't working around the feed mill. So I'm like, okay. So I touched it and it wasn't working. And he looked at me funny. Well, he touched it and knocked the hell out of him. And he was like, you said it wasn't on. And I was like, it's not. And I touched it again and didn't do nothing. Well, he touched it and he screamed. And you know what kind of fence it was? It was the pulsating one. Every so many seconds it would zap. So every time I touched it, it was turned off. Every time he touched it, it was on. Then you got the constant on that is automatically on all the time. That does not pulsate. So yes, I got educated real quick. So yes, Gary Spike Sr., I've seen that happen before, and that is awful. Somebody tinkle on electric fence. Yes, it does go back to the sender. I promise you that it does. So
it must be a boy thing.
Well, I ain't gonna say who did it, because if he's watching, but so and so was tinkling and so and so bumped him on purpose where he hit the fence.
Wow.
Yes, and I thought he died because he was crying so much. So yeah, I went up to his urethra. It's not funny.
No.
I can't believe we're talking about electric fences and tinkling. But anyways, but yes, that does happen. It's very painful. So he could not walk for quite a while. But country folks were whacked. Well, we didn't have nothing to do, Standing Stones. I had Pong growing up. You know what Pong was? That was that little game with the yes,
boink, boink, yeah.
That little ball when you had those two little wheels. And I was the new kid on the block with that game.
Well, we had just outside, and we'd play kick the can, and but we always had excitement. We had a rodeo across the road from us, and we were out there playing kick the can, and all of a sudden we hear, "Urgh." Well, guess what? A bull got loose. So we had Robbie. He was the fastest runner. So we had Robbie run in front of the bull. And then us other kids went and got the gate. And we had him, we put up there's like little fences that you can lift that isn't too heavy, like a gate run into getting back in the fence. But that was a time, because that bull was coming after all of us. It was charging us and going to get us. We finally got it back in the pen after 2 hours.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's one thing, Rebecca. I didn't mean to take us in the ditch, but you ever seen somebody use the ring in the bull's nose?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you never seen why a bull has a ring in its nose, and see somebody control a 1,200-pound animal just by that thing in the nose, that is incredible. You think it's Superman. That bull will do anything you want it to do. It will lay down, it will sit, it will stand, it will follow you around. It is crazy. But you just better make sure when you let go of that damn ring, you better be on the other side of that fence. That's the only thing I
yeah,
got
and
to
you
say.
don't ever mess with the bull or get in the bullpen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, same thing with hog rings, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, you don't mess with hogs. They will bite you. They're mean.
Never been hog hunting. I've seen too many people get attacked by hogs. That's crazy.
Well,
How do
they
we get
use.
on this subject?
I don't know. Talk country life. Okay, getting back to spirit. I don't know. Down country lane.
Rebecca's like, I climbed trees, played tag, cowboys, Indians. I did too. Played war.
But
So,
but during Halloween, the veil is thin and spirits can go back and forth. So be aware because the veil is thinner and people and things can come through. Like the other day, I had another dog that was like a German Shepherd, and I saw her in the hallway. She was like a 70-pound German Shepherd lab and Rottweiler mix, mostly German Shepherd and lab. I saw her walking down the hallway. Saw her sitting there just solid. She wasn't ethereal.
oh, wow.
I said, "Oh, hi, Missy."
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, when Peter said that thing that I actually captured on my trail cam, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be a good spot to go back and to do like investigation, like for spirits or something
Yes, I would do that.
at night? I thought about doing that. Go out there and maybe do a live at night in that area in the woods.
And you also have the graveyard not far too.
Right.
So
I wondered about that.
I would do that too. Why don't you put a camera there and take it down before you get in trouble, but put a live camera there to capture the souls.
I didn't think about that. So yeah, that'd be interesting to do. Yeah, I may have to do that. So, because I'm going to go back out and put some more cameras out there. So somebody's talking about Jim went bear hunting. Jim, you are brave. I would not be bear hunting. I've watched too many videos on that stuff. That's crazy. I'm good.
Does Jim eat the bear? It's very greasy.
Is it?
Yeah, and gamey.
Yeah, Rebecca, I thought about doing some EVPs because Peter watched that shows that he didn't get to make, and he confirmed exactly what he said it was. He said it was an Indian spirit, so the shadow and everything. So that's what his spirit guides told me. He messaged me today. So, but yeah, I thought about doing it. He said that was very sacred land where I put the cameras out.
I would give it.
He says he only hunts with the camera. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
But bring cornmeal and tobacco and place it out there for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denise, I know about going in the cemetery on Halloween. Another bicyclist will probably kill me. Can you read my obituary on that one? So, yeah. So, but Kelly Joe, bear's not good by any game. Should not be soaked overnight, but only in buttermilk to get the gamey taste out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually when I used to deer hunt, I used to take most of the deer and make it into jerky is what I did. And I used to take it to work all the time, and I would take 5-8 pounds at a time, and people could not get enough of it.
Oh, it's yummy.
Yeah.
Grab
but I would use 8 or 9 different spices, soy sauce, teriyaki, and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah.
And Grandma would soak hers in like milks to get the gamey taste out, and she'd make like country fried, you know, deer, in a pan. That was so good.
Denise says, "What does bear taste like?"
Very strong meat. It tastes more like. Have you ever had like old cow, old steer that's tough and old?
Ah, see,
You
I
know?
can't eat. I can't eat gamey fish. I don't like fishy
Yeah,
fish.
I
Yeah,
don't either. I like a white fish.
yeah. If I got to use a lot of lemon and dill, I don't. Yeah, I don't like gamey fish either. So, and I don't like gamey venison. Some people can just put a venison steak on a grill and eat it. Not me. I can't eat
No,
gamey
you
stuff.
got to soak it. I don't like anything gamey.
Yeah. So, but and once again, we're on food. I don't know how we always get on food.
I don't know. It just gets started. It is not a food show.
I know, right? Roadkill Cafe, Moosehead Lake, Maine. So I got my incense going in here, and I got one of those big, super large cones, and I'm about to suffocate.
Wow.
Turn my fan on here. Yeah. Let's see here. It's like I'm in a smokehouse.
But yeah, it's a good time to go to places if you want to get some film of spirits, or your loved ones come through, and like I love the Spanish. They have the Day of the Dead, and they celebrate their loved ones. Sometimes they even have a picnic in the graveyard.
Yes, that is crazy. Have you seen that new trend where people? I mean, I thought this was a joke.
What?
People are taking their loved ones and making coffee tables out of them.
What?
Yes, they're encasing them in silicone or some kind of plastic.
Oh my.
Where you look at them. They're there. They're looking at your back, and you put your drinks on them. Have you all seen that?
No. Wow. No.
Waltus, Standing Stones, Gene. Have you all seen that? Law, have you all seen that where they're taking their loved ones and making them out of end tables and coffee tables?
No. Wow.
Yeah, Cliff Jones putting them in clear resin. That is exactly right.
Wow. No, I wouldn't want that.
No, thank you. Bad enough having ashes sitting on a bookcase. But yes, Cliff Jones named it. Put them in clear resin. That's exactly what they're doing.
Wow.
I mean, they're sitting there, they're laying there. Some of them are curled up in a fetal position. Yes, la. And I mean, they're fully dressed. They're clothed. They're not. I mean, yes.
Well, there are some cultures. I saw a show just recently that they'll dig their people up every so often and have them hang out.
Yes,
With
and clothe them and put hats and take pictures with them.
And then they rebury them.
Yes. Yes, that is now I can understand. Yeah, Dee, I know that to me that's crossing the line, okay? I agree. Now, I can understand taking some of your ashes and turning around and making a diamond out of it. That's what some
Right.
people are doing. Now that's special. Now that's sentimental. I can see that, okay? Or having some of the ashes in one of those little things around your neck.
Right,
I'm
like
down with that.
or whatever.
Right. I'm down with that. But a coffee table? Do what? Yeah, I can't believe y'all got me to say do what? Say what? But no, that is, thank you, Cliff Jones, for get me straight on that resin. Yes. But yeah, but actually making diamonds from their ashes because it's, they compress it so hard. So I don't know how they tell I don't know how they tell a man-made diamond from human remains from a natural diamond. I don't know. I don't know. I guess is their test or the clarity. I don't know. I'm not a gemologist, so
I
I
don't
don't know
know
how.
either, but there's a way to tell, I guess.
Yeah. Gene Hudson, my brother Jimmy knew where he wanted his ashes scattered, and the day he had his funeral scattered them. I guess the hike was bad and was in the middle of nowhere. Oh. Hello, Derek Galloway. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you. Uh, I've heard now that there are special places in a graveyard or a cemetery that if you do not have money for a burial, that there are certain places in the cemetery where you can go scatter the ashes now. So, which I wasn't aware of that. Somebody educated me on that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
So, yes. Cliff Jones, some are used to help a young tree grow, which I agree is good. Derek Vladimir Putin suffered a cardiac arrest yesterday. Well, let me tell you something. Karma deals with things in a certain way, and I'll leave it at that. Well, Derek, he survived that. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but no, I just when I saw that cough, Kelly Joe, you ought to see it because I've seen pictures. At first, I thought it was a hoax, encasing their loved ones, and people are proudly displaying their grandmas, aunts, uncles, and I'm like, wow. YouTube blocked my ashes story. So sorry. Really? Well, that's wild.
Yeah, wow.
I tell you what, anymore, you have to be careful what you do on certain platforms. I found this out a long time ago in certain things that you say. And yes, and Jim Cameron Don. So that's for sure. So Cliff says, yeah, I saw photos last week. I've been seeing photos for the past about 30, 40 days. Lady Wolf says that's just morbid. It is. I mean, I would not want to wake up. I would not want to stub my toe. If you really want a place to be haunted, there you go. I mean, what would you say? Good morning, Mama. I mean, oh, sorry, I spilled my drink. So, involved a heater. Oh, okay. Couldn't visit a home with a person's ashes trapped in a table. No, and it's not ashes, it's a body. Body. Like it's embalmed and boom, they soak it in resin, like Cliff Jones says. It's
Wow.
like me, a 5'7" table, and Grizzly's just sitting there looking at you. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Lala, that's what I'm saying. I know people would take the ashes of loved ones to the cemetery and scatter them. It's usually a family cemetery, yes. I know, Lala, it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know what's gotten into yet. I mean, not only that, think about people's kids. I mean, that is not normal. I'm sorry. That's right, Gene. What the heck is wrong with people? That is not normal. That is disrespectful. How can somebody rest at peace? That's what I'm saying.
I know. My goodness.
Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you there. Yeah, Cliff Jones says a full body with the clothes put in resin. Yes. I would come back and I would haunt my family members. I would torment them. I would. They would never get an ounce of rest in their life if they ever did that to me. So,
Well, sometimes when things like that, it doesn't make for a restful for the soul.
no, don't
You
put
know.
your drinks and food on top of me. I mean, that Kelly Joe, wait till you see it. You're gonna be like, what in the world? I mean, at first I thought it was a joke.
Wow.
I really did.
Well, different people are strange. People are strange.
So, but I mean, I don't know. Rebecca, high tea over a deceased relative. Yeah, right. Thomas says, scatter my ashes in the mountains. La la. I mean, it was made by Gucci. I guess I could overlook it. Really, la la. Now she's sitting there turning her head laughing. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, she just said, oh my God. She
Wow.
cracks me up. That traumatized little kid to see something. I know. Tell me. I mean, that's awful. Gene Hudson, I know you can have them buried with a small tree in them, but I think there was a way to build a haunted forest.
Well, in the Victorian days, they used to bury bodies and they would put, it was called a garden plot, and they would plant a garden on top of them in a tree.
Yes. What do you say to your kids? Don't sit on grandma. Thanks, Eric. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know who started that trend, or, I mean, make a doll out of them. That's crazy, Thomas. But Kelly Joe asked them how many like them being furniture. Yeah. Can you imagine that? How many would you, ask them, Kelly, next time you come across of it. Do you like being furniture? But I wonder how many of those, I mean, what do? Do you just take your loved one? I mean, there's got to be health restrictions and guidelines. I mean, I don't know. I can't fathom it, to be honest. Aren't those statutes dealing with exceptions and tampering with deceased persons? Yes, there are laws dealing with that. Absolutely. We did a case on it with somebody. Yes. I won't go into details, but yes.
Yeah,
States have those
there would
statutes.
be all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know how they get away with it.
I don't get it.
So,
But the veil is thin.
yes, but back to Halloween. No shows on Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want Grizzly as an end table, we'll start off the bidding at 1,000 here and 1,000 whenever. No, 1,000 now, 2,000 now, down 3,000 now. Anyways, you can have your own personal Grizzly as an end table, I guess.
I'll never forget one time I went to do a reading for a lady, and she had all her dead animals in the jars, and then she had like five dead husbands on the piano.
What was she, the Black Widow?
They just died, but she had all the animals in little jars and the husbands all sitting on a grand piano.
Let me tell you something. If I ever met a woman that had 5 dead husbands, I wouldn't even be talking to her. I'd be running in the opposite direction because I'd be like, something's wrong with you, woman. So Rita said, so blonde hair, blue eyes, red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes, girl sitting in the front row. I can't remember the song now. Remember that cowboy song?
Yeah.
She got me laughing. Better, I know, right? Because we actually had that one woman, the Black. Wasn't she nicknamed the Black Widow, the one that kept killing all of her husbands?
Yep.
They was just mysteriously dying for no reason.
Yeah,
and she kept moving states and everything.
Yeah, a lot of them were poisoned.
Yes. Mentioning involved complete body. Yeah, they were. They are complete bodies, Walthus. Yes, complete bodies. Bodies, not ashes. It's crazy. Yeah, 5. I run away at 2. Lorna, poor Lorna. She come in late. She's like, ouch, what am I walking into? So we started out, Ward. Hello, Ward. We started out talking about Halloween traditions and hexes and stuff. But you know what was very interesting? Oh, Cliff did it.
What?
Okay, he sent me a picture of somebody's animal. So I will show this picture. It's not a body, it's somebody's animal. So this will get you a representation of what they're doing, but this is not as bad. So I'll show this picture. This is what they're doing, but they're doing it with people's bodies.
Ew.
Yes, but they're doing it with bodies.
Oh my. I wouldn't want my animal done like that either.
So yes, thank you, Cliff Jones. But no, you know, I mean, I mess with my kids when, yes, I know law, but I know, right? I mess with my kids when they were younger. When I lost my favorite Chihuahua years and years ago, like 20 something years ago, I was going to have it stuffed. I was just joking. They thought that was horrible, you know, but
But some people do.
yes,
I
they
mean,
do.
the things I've seen, like I did go to another client, I went and do a reading, and here's a dog basket and a little dog. It was like a Yorkie. She had it stuffed. And here's the dead dog in the dog bed.
Yeah. I know, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. That is, to me, Thomas, Jean, Lorna, Lady Wolf, and Rita, I totally agree with you. And Thomas, yes, that is a big, yeah, that is, you're right, Roger. No, that is gross. But they're doing it with loved ones. That's why I was hesitated when Cliff said he sent me a picture. I wasn't going to show it, but it was a pet. I wanted y'all to get an idea. But I mean, the ones I've seen are actually humans.
Wow.
And
No.
it's just like, yes. And it's just like, what is wrong with people today? And they think it's the like bread, sliced bread. I don't know. War, can I ask, will I get in touch with someone who would help me to get published next year? Can I ask, will I get in touch with someone who will help me to get published next year?
Yes, you're gonna contact a friend of a friend that knows a publisher, and a person will help you write it, and an editor.
There you go. Gene Hudson, I know, and sold a Great Dane pup to a guy. When the pup died, he sent his body to university. Used to, okay, never mind. I ain't gonna read that. I got what you're getting. Yeah, I got you, Gene. Yes.
You're welcome.
So yeah. But no, and let me tell you something, and I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, whether it's in the cryptid world, you think you heard something, or you think you seen it on the police department, and you never do. There's somebody always tops it off. Walthus, we had a grandmother here in Florida that was executed for knocking off silver husbands, if I remember correctly, and a son of Genus Bono. Buno Nono. I don't know who that is.
Neither.
Buried in glass casket and was displayed. That's just wild. Yeah. Just looked it up. It's horrible. Evita. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they get away with it. You know, I really don't. But I never want to walk in somebody's house and see something like that. I mean, even an animal, a pet like that, you know, taxidermy, I guess, is one thing, you know, if it's a buck or a bass or a fish. But, you know, yeah, I don't know what goes through people's minds. You know, I learned a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, I try not to understand people anymore. You know, especially when I was on the PD, you just can't understand them. The more you try, the worse it gets, and it's just my belief. But yeah, But Halloween, no shows on Halloween. Kelly Jo deserves some time off so
You
she
do
can
too.
spend trick and treating with the kids. So, yes. But any questions before we wrap up and let everybody go for the next show? Because we got another show coming up at 9 o'clock. Enchanting Insights with Lala. The round table coming up. I sure don't even try anymore. I know, Thomas. I don't either. You know. Yeah. Go ahead. Ask a question there, sir. Absolutely. Sorry, I lit a big extra large in-cone incense and I'm about to die. I had to turn the fan on in the studio. Sandalwood. Yeah, I asked a question. Where would I be heading soon? Clarify that, please. So she'll know what you're talking about because that's just so broad. Is my girl faithful to me? And thank you very much. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that you have to ask that question.
Yeah, you have to be careful of being jealous. And when you move more north west of where you live now.
Uh-huh. No, Cliff, I really appreciate you for the photograph. No, this way it really put things in perspective for people to show them what I was referencing. So thank you for that. Anyone else's energy's been way off this month? Yeah, actually, it has been way off. And I meant to ask Kelly Jo in the beginning because I thank you for bringing that up. How has your energy been with the spirit world? Because I didn't get to ask you that at the beginning because of our affiliates.
Well, it's been really intense and off, like the energy of the world, the energy of all the stuff, so.
Okay. And Laura says, is this business going to settle down anytime soon? She's so tired of it all.
No, it's going to go on for a bit.
He's asking, okay, sweet, I'll work on that. And also, do you see her moving with me, do you think?
Later on.
All right. Roger says, I had a Jack Russell rat terrier that passed away. I buried him at the edge of the wood. Hey, Roger, I did the same thing with my pet, so don't worry about that. So, yes. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And welcome to the show. I'm glad. How do you say your name? Tizrozi?
I can't pronounce it.
My last name's terrible. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too much, but welcome to the show. We're on every Tuesdays with Kelly Jo at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Come back and join us. We got another one coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern. Oh, pizza. Okay, pizza. Yes. Thank you very much. Pizer. Pizer. Okay, that makes sense, Pizer. Thank you. Well, welcome to the show. And from coast to coast around the world, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next show.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.